All right, welcome back to day 2 of cooking breakfast or having breakfast, me sharing my breakfast with you all today. So today I am not going to use those leftover pureed green chilies. Instead, I'm going to be making an omelet, and what I'm going to be doing is taking some baby spinach here and just cutting it up. Okay, come over now. And I don't really care for all those stems, but I'm just cutting up some baby spinach. And again, this all goes back to that obsession I've been having lately with putting stuff into the omelet as the omelet is cooking. So we've got some baby spinach here. I've got 4 eggs here in this bowl. I usually do a 5-egg omelet. I am sharing this omelet. But salt and pepper. I've got some bacon cooking back there too. And then I'm just gonna take that spinach, throw it in those eggs, and mix it all together. I've been really weird about these white things in the eggs lately, so I've just been kind of taking them out. I don't know. Okay. All right, so when you've got that all mixed together, now I do have a pan over here with butter in it, coating it basically, and that is on about a 3 heat. Let me take care of this bacon really quick. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to pour this right into that pan and let it start cooking. All right. We'll give that a few minutes to firm up, and then we're gonna flip it. So it's been about 7 or 8 minutes. We're now going to flip this omelet. So here we go. And I really don't like it when it gets brown like this. This is such a pet peeve of mine. So I usually tend to cook my omelets on a really low heat. I mean, even that was on a 3 and it still did that. But I really try to avoid the browning. But I do flip it so it can cook, you know, obviously the other side. But really try to avoid this. So yes, it takes me a little longer to cook an omelet and just my eggs in general. If you've watched any of my egg videos, you're going to know that and how particular I am when it comes to that brown. I'll deal with it. But just kind of stating, yes, my omelets take longer, but usually this is not part of them. So now we're just gonna let it cook on that other side. It won't need nearly as long as we can see. It's already starting to cook there. So we're just gonna let it finish cooking. Again, a 4-egg omelet with salt and pepper and some baby spinach mixed in. I'm gonna cut some tomatoes and we're gonna put some tomatoes and cheese inside of here. So it's only been like maybe a couple of minutes. I'm gonna add the cheese here, and then I'm just using shredded mild cheddar. And I am gonna just go ahead and turn that burner off now. And then what I did is I went ahead and I cut that tomato I mentioned. Also remembered I had some mushroom. Now, some people like to maybe saute their veggies first. I can kind of go either way. I do kind of like them more firm. So I'm not even gonna bother sauteing them today. I'm just gonna throw them right into that omelet. And a lot of that sometimes has to do with the fact, like, I don't really want to dirty another pan. But the cool thing is once you load it, right, a lot of this stuff is going to fall out. And it can, at that point, kind of saute in the pan if you want to do it that way. If you maybe want your vegetables, or just saute them separately. But I just want to show the omelet with that spinach cooked in there. And again, here we go. And I'm just gonna let it sit there for a few minutes, melt the cheese, maybe get those vegetables just a tiny, tiny bit warmed up and soft. But other than that, this is today's omelet. And if you are curious what's for tonight's dinner, like yesterday, I am today doing baked chicken over here. Probably with some rice. I'm going to use the chicken grease to really flavor that rice for dinner, and then some mixed vegetables. So if you're curious what's for dinner along with what's for breakfast, there we have it. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Here is today's dinner as well. Figured I may as well share it with you. By the way, the recipe and how I make these chicken thighs, which come on in and take a closer look, because I love my chicken really crispy, and so these are pretty crisp skins. And then the bottoms too, I like them just really crisp as well. And then if you're wondering, well, is the chicken still tender? It definitely is. So certainly check out that recipe. I've got a few others still in the oven because I want them to be a little more crisp, but essentially just putting them on foil. Again, won't go through that process. Just wanted to share tonight's dinner with some mixed veggies. I added some onion. And then the rice, I cooked using garlic, onion, and some of the broth from the chicken I just made, which I may use that to make chicken vegetable soup tomorrow. So again, stay tuned. Hope to see you back tomorrow to see what I'm cooking.